Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for October 3rd, 2025. We've got Renaissance Corn Guild's Menagerie today. And Young Witch has brought Black Cat with it. We've got an Extra Kingdom card. And let's see, Bounty Hunter, Thinning, Treasurer, Trashing. There's actually... The only way to actually trash curses is to have your opponent play an Old Witch, but... I mean, Bounty Hunter getting rid of curses is generally fine. Plus actions looks like it might be the biggest limiter. Paddock can come online at some point, but is maybe, well, I guess, yeah, I don't know how likely it is to actually give plus actions as opposed to just be non-terminal. Like, it's quite likely to be non-terminal at some point because the curses will run. But lackeys could run. That also suggests that the game could move pretty quickly. Yeah, and then other than that, you've got a couple of rewards. Coronet, Courser, and Domain. Okay, I guess that's technically a few rather than a couple that give plus actions. And then draw. So we've got the aforementioned Paddock, we've got aforementioned Old Witch, the aforementioned Lackeys, and also Barge and Black Cat, and then more aforementioned things, Courser and Coronet. I mean, Coronet isn't really draw in and of itself, but it could certainly give you some draw. And then also Housecarl. And gains / buys. So Barge is straightforwardly buys. Joust giving you rewards is gains of a sort, and then also you've got Domain and Renown that actually straightforwardly give you buys. Animal Fair can give you buys once that comes online. Oh, also, we've got Way of the Chameleon, so actually Treasurer... Paddock is really draw here, because you can draw and then you can draw. Treasurer can draw, Animal Fair can draw, Cardinal can draw. Yeah, there's a lot of draw on this board. Bounty Hunter can draw. Ooh. Man. Alright, well that's interesting. So I think we definitely want to play with Joust and get an early province that we can use to get rewards. I think the rewards are going to be very relevant here because we have the combination of the limited terminal space and also limited gains because of the limited terminal space. It's going to be hard to be playing barges for plus buy for a while. I mean, maybe we do that, but I don't know. Like I'm anticipating wanting to spend terminal space on Old Witch, on Treasurer, and yeah. So I think like trying to pick up. I basically want all three if possible of Coronet, Courser, Domain. I mean, Renown, at some point would be nice too, of course. Housecarl is also always very nice. I don't care about a huge turnip, but basically they're all good. But yeah, so we definitely want to do that. I do also think Paddock. Oh wait, there's lackeys. Okay, so no. Okay, hold on. There's villagers. That does change things. Yeah. So we could potentially transition from a deck that's primarily getting its plus actions from villagers to one that's getting it from rewards and paddocks. Okay. Right. Well, where was I going with this? Oh, I was gonna say I do think we want to get a bunch of paddocks because they are like gonna be non-terminal to draw like pretty quickly. Though like, you know, not super early. A pile does have to empty, so that, you know, that's gonna be a little bit tricky to navigate. But once a pile is empty, even if it's just the one and they're not giving plus actions, it's like this part is a lab, and then this part is like a double lab. So it's a triple lab, not all at once, but like, yeah, it's quite a lot of draw. Anyway, so opening wise, it's probably bounty hunter lackeys. I don't really think we want or need a silver. We are going to need to be careful with the lackeys thing, like that we don't like blow through the villagers too fast and over terminal ourselves. We can, of course, like potentially bounty hunt lackeys if we get clogged up with them. But I mean, starting with one lackey seems good regardless, especially because we can basically play it as a silver anyway. Okay, so this is not ideal. We would like to exile an estate, and we would also like to not... We'd like to not burn a villager. I think not burning the villager is probably the more important thing here, particularly since we're going to hit 5 either way. Next turn we hit 4, which could be another bounty hunter. All right, I think this... So is this treasure or old witch? I guess it's... They're about as good at getting us to province or whatever, you know, because they can both be played as either money or draw. Treasure can take the key, so it's a little better from that standpoint. Obviously, giving out curses is good, though. This is probably Old Witch. Oh, wait, we only have 3. I can't count. They go directly for the Joust. That's an interesting choice. You're not gonna... It's not like you're gonna hit 8 next shuffle. Okay. So do we want to take another lackeys, or do we want a silver? Probably the lackeys. I think, like, again, this is going to be difficult to balance, but I think it's worth it. Oh, they hit double 5. That's not cool. Did they get to exile an estate? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. All right. We definitely want to play at least one of these lackeys. We want to hit 5. Down there we have Bounty Hunter, Copper, Estate, and... I'm confused. We exiled a Copper. We have 2 estates. Bounty Hunter, Copper, Estate. Right. Okay. So... We bounty hunt an estate. We can actually get a province here with the lackeys. And then next turn we bounty hunt an estate and get a Joust. Yeah. I think that's worth it. Like, if we draw with the lackeys, we'll trigger a shuffle. So... Oh, I probably forgot to consider drawing with my bounty hunter last shuffle, didn't I? Oops. Wonder if that would have been better. It almost certainly would have. Three jousts. Okay, so... I'm thinking we chameleon this to just hit 5. We could take another joust. Yeah. There's a possibility that we will get to, you know, how do I... Here we go. Ask to discard unuseful cards. Always? Is the that's a weird... It should be on or off. If you're going to have off, then the opposite of off should be on, not always. Like, that implies that there's a third option. There's not. Okay, anyway, what I want is to be able to bounty hunt a curse and then have the option to discard it later. Anyway, yeah, because bounty hunting a curse is going to help us potentially, like, draw Joust Province is what I'm thinking about right now. So I think I want to do this, take another Joust. Well, we don't really want to bounty hunt the province. We've got our old witch down here, which is gonna miss the shuffle either way. So I guess we're playing the lackeys. Try to get to that. Oh, come on. Just burn a action. Wait, do we even have a curse down here? Maybe we don't. We'd gained a curse and we'd seen a curse. Yeah, I think I screwed that up anyway. I should have just bounty hunted a copper. Although it would have been nice to bounty hunt another estate. But mistakes were made. The bot, I don't, what, like, why do you need that many jousts? You don't have a province. Okay, okay, here we go. I think Corsair has got to be the first one. Go cards, actions. We may not need the actions, but we might. Okay. So down there we have another joust. We have 2 coppers. We could bounty hunt the curse to draw with the bounty hunter, but it's not like we need to see the joust this turn. I think I'm just going to bounty hunt an estate. We do want to draw those 2 coppers, so perfect. Okay. All right. There's still 6 curses left, so we got a ways to go there. Adding another terminal to the deck is a bit risky. Oh, you know what I should do? Is get another province. Because we do have 2 jousts. We have one on top and then one here. Yeah, it'll cost us a villager, but I think it's got to be worth it. Aha! Okay. Really want the actions. Not super jazzed about taking a gold. But domain could definitely be the choice. The alternative is like coronet, which is like slightly better from a draw perspective right now, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to take the domain. Okay, now do we want to exile curse for draw? We have unfortunately already played our other joust, so getting around to another province isn't really important. Like we could just stop here and take another 5. Again, question of what we have down here. We still have a friggin' estate that is exiled. 3 coppers, 3 coppers, an estate. At least 1 lackeys. We have 3 lackeys or 2? We have our courser. Maybe it is other lackeys. I think I'm gonna exile the estate for draw. We do have another lackeys. Okay. And now we do have plus buy. We could buy alliance, but that doesn't actually seem good right now. We could buy another province and a lackeys. That seems better. I was talking about like paddock and stuff, but I don't know. I just don't know if there's actually time. Like, it would be nice to have a treasurer and use that to trash some coppers, but is there time for that? Right? There's 5 provinces left. If we were to take one now, I mean, I think this looks better. Huge turnip. Oh, right. Yes, I think I do want to exile that, actually. Can't believe they took huge turnip. That's wild. Alright, well this should probably be coronet. I mean, Housecarl is a lot of draw. It'll be more draw later in the turn, though. I think we're just... I mean, what else are we going to crown but the lackeys? Yeah, we might as well crown the copper. I mean, we'll be able to get more lackeys here, so I don't mind burning the villagers a bit. I am, however, wondering if we should bounty hunt a province. Like we have another province down there, and there's only 2 rewards left, and we're probably going to buy another province. So I think so. Apparently, we're bottom decking that other joust. Okay, fine. I guess we're taking Renown. Kind of expecting to take Housecarl, but... that last card is a junk, which isn't great, but is it worth spending our villager to draw it? We have 11 coins. That should be a copper. Yeah, okay. So that would get us to 12, which would get us to double province, which seems pretty freaking good right now. And we can throw in some free lackeys to make up for the lost villager. Oh, it's a gold. Never mind. Wait, I have a copper in play. Oh, even better. Yeah, I mean, I think we just take double lackeys. And that should pretty much be that. So much for all that discussion of Paddock and Treasure and all that stuff. I think I would have enjoyed the board more if that had been more viable, but I was thinking for a second here, wait, should I do like a chameleon thing with the coins? And then I was like, oh, right, it doesn't matter because then the cards don't draw. So, yeah. All right, we don't actually care about getting multiple rewards. So play one of these jousts. I wouldn't mind getting the other one. I guess we can do this thing again. I mean, we've already won the game, I guess. But what's more important, getting Housecarl or keeping our villagers? Or, well, maybe getting some duchies, I guess. Here we go. Sure, set aside a province. Look at this Housecarl. Whoop-ow. Get a little bit of extra money here. Oh, we can buy Alliance. Is that even efficient? I guess from a buy's perspective it is. We can buy 3 duchies, or we can buy Alliance and not... yeah, no, that's okay. Well, that was a smashing success. I mean, I think the bot just took too many jousts early. Like, but it did get the Old Witch. I don't know. That was... like, why was the bot not able to hit Province, I guess, is the question. Like, with the Chameleon stuff, you should generally have the flexibility that you can just do that. I'm pretty surprised that it wasn't able to. So, like, turn 5 is when I hit Province. Old Witch, and then Lackeys is Chameleon a couple times. And the bot at this point had a pretty similar deck. It had an Old Witch and a Joust. Well, it had Joust instead of a Lackeys, basically, and it had exiled in the state instead of a Copper. So it was arguably better positioned to hit Province. Plays Joust, plays Lackeys, plays Old Witch. Hits 6, buys Joust. So, like, this seems like a turn where, okay, so you have 4 coins right there. You play the Joust, you draw the Lackeys, you play the Lackeys. Now you have 5 coins. If you just play Old Witch as Chameleon right here, you hit 8, do you not? Right? 3 coppers, 4 coppers, Joust makes 5, Old Witch makes 8. Yeah, so I don't understand that. Obviously, like, you wouldn't have known that until you play the lackeys, but that's fine. You didn't need to know. So that seems like a turning point to me. Is like the bot just like didn't take the province when it could have, and then I don't know what else it had in its deck, but possibly it would have hit 5 the next turn, on turn 6 the way that I did, and been able to throw another joust into the deck too. Right. So then it would have, like, I had the 1 joust. It could have had 2. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe it would have only hit 4 because it had already exiled an estate. Did it see an estate? Oh, it did see an estate. So it saw 3, 4 coppers, which means it had 3 left at the bottom of its deck. 3 coppers, estate, and Bounty Hunter were the last 5 cards. So it could Bounty Hunt a copper and hit 5 for another joust. Or it could Bounty Hunt a copper and Chameleon it and trigger the shuffle. I think in that position I would have preferred to take the second joust to increase my odds of collision, but either of those would have been like quite strong, and possibly I would have been behind by virtue of my poor turn 4, where I just hit 3 and bought a lackeys. So yeah, I think that's really the difference maker right there. And then so yeah, turn 5 I got the province, turn 6 I got the joust, turn 7 I did not collide, so it wasn't like I got super lucky with that. Got another joust, got another lackeys. Oh yeah, and I screwed up because I forgot that I'd seen the curse already and whatever. Anyway, that I could have saved 1 villager this game by like playing the Bounty Hunter first, knowing that I wasn't gonna have a better target than copper. But curiosity, yeah, that we ended up with pretty similar situations where we didn't really actually do that much thinning. So yeah, my turn 7-8 wasn't even that good. The bot, I don't know. I'm not paying attention to whether it could have gotten a province in the interim. It obviously wasn't like prioritizing that. And then I collided and started to take off. Although I guess the bot did finally get a province here right after I got a reward, so it was at least like looking at doing some stuff. But I had taken both of the villages, like, well, Cornet's a village too, but it's both of the straightforward villages, I guess. And then for some reason it takes huge turnip. I don't know. That's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think the bot had better early draws and could have potentially converted that into an advantage, and instead it did not. I think I in my initial assessment of the board, I overestimated the speed that the cursing would happen. Maybe there's a world where that it might have gone more that direction if I'd like hit 4 but not 5 at some opportune moment and taken a second bounty hunter. Like, as it was, I either hit 5 or I hit like 2 or 3, and so I then I took a lackeys. But yeah, like maybe with a second bounty hunter we get thinner, we play Old Witch more, we like empty the curses, and then even then though, I don't know, like getting more draws isn't really the biggest like consideration compared to like actions and gains. So yeah. Yeah, I guess it's hard for me to see how Paddock would come into play. Maybe, I mean, if Joust wasn't on the board, maybe. I mean, you could still be provincing as early, like obviously as without joust as with joust, but then you wouldn't get rewarded for it as much. Haha. And maybe like maybe your deck gets slowed down enough that provincing that aggressively isn't actually good, and like the player that builds a little bit more catches up, but maybe not. I'm not sure. Like, I guess I would expect you to want to build more towards alliance in that world. Well, in any case, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.